Howdy y'all and welcome back. Super short gear review looking at the JM Custom Kydex holster for the Glock 43X. This is an appendix style holster, but I want to talk about a couple of holster features that will be applicable to most inside the waistband holsters. So let's take this over to the table and get a little bit closer look. All right, so first of all, we have a nice heavy duty thick Kydex. I don't know the exact whatever millimeters, but it's heavy. It's a heavier gauge than a lot of other brands use, and I like that. I like a good sturdy Kydex. Obviously, so we're safe and clear here. Obviously, you've got proper retention. This is always something you want to look for. If you're new to this game, always check the fitment and make sure that your holster is completely covering the entire trigger guard. You don't even want to see little gaps or anything. You want it completely covering. Now, I like the JM because notice how far apart these clips are mounted. Now, these are discrete carry concepts clips, which are available for lots of different makers. Will list them as an option, or you can buy them separately and mount them onto lots of existing holsters. They're really strong metal, yet they're thin, so they're not bulky. They don't stick out off of the belt line. But what I like that JM does is how far apart they are. So lots and lots of holsters, especially kind of your $40 to $60 price point holsters, are going to have a mono clip, some kind of clip that's right there. And what that does is it's pushing the holster footprint out further away from the belt line. So especially if it's a plastic clip. If it's a metal clip, maybe not necessarily so far, may not seem like that much of a difference. But I like that these are out as far as possible and flush fitting to the belt line as possible. Also, by having them farther apart, it's basically the difference between like if you were going to stand with your feet together versus standing with your feet shoulder width apart. When your feet are shoulder width apart, you are more stable. And that's what happens here. You have more stability along the belt line as opposed to having one clip or two clips that are close together, which can make your holster more tippy sideways this way. So obviously you've got the claw here, and they give you options for claw height. So this piece is removable. You could take it completely off if you wanted to. This is kind of the middle setting one, which is what I like. Pushes the grip of the gun back into the abdomen, just enough to help cut down on printing, but not so much that it's like gouging you in the gut. So this becomes extremely subjective based on your body type and exactly where you carry on the belt line. So those are just a couple of things, but the biggest one that I wanted to address, if you're in the market, if you're shopping for holsters, lots of different custom makers are going to give you the option for holster height this way. So they will call it a sweat guard, a high sweat guard, or full sweat guard. This is considered a medium or mid-level sweat guard, and sometimes they will offer no sweat guard, which would probably be about that tall, something like that. Now, from years of experience of carrying both 4 o'clock and appendix, carrying guns in the blazing hot summertime in Texas, I can absolutely guarantee you that if you sweat into this part of the gun, and I don't care what kind of gun it is, you can start fighting rust back here on the slide itself, and especially down into the sights. And I've had it happen on Trigicons, night visions, Ameriglows, like you name it, it is a thing that can happen. So that sweat guard seems like a great idea until you go to grab the pistol. And this is where I do not like a full sweat guard. When I reach down to grab the pistol, I want my thumb on the gun, not on the holster. And that's just a personal thing, but for me, I mean, I have big feelings about this. I don't want to come down and fight, oh crap, now I've got the holster. I want to grab the gun. Also, this, if I need to, I get just a brief moment of I can sort of help push off with that thumb, like so. Mostly I'm pulling with the grip of the gun, obviously. but I want to come down and I want to be on the gun so that I'm straight away ready to go into my master grip. So that is a thing to consider. This is a very subjective thing. It's personal. You may have to try different ones. And I have in the past ordered holsters that came with the full sweat guard. And it's pretty darn easy with a good pair of shears or good strong scissors to just cut it off. It's not that difficult, even with a good thick heavy Kydex like this. And then you can just use some sandpaper and sand around your edge and kind of smooth it out. I've done that on multiple different holsters. But now I just order them this way because it's cleaner and easier, and I know that the mid-height sweat guard is what I like. So that's your little pro tip of the day. Be sure and think that through before purchasing. All right, y'all, let's just go ahead and make it weird. There's really no better way to explain what I'm trying to explain than to show you from this angle. I apologize for my pasty 47-year-old gut here, but this is really the best way to explain. This right here is what I'm talking about. So many holsters put the clip right there, and it causes your peak point to be right there. And that drives me nuts because it's so much better to have it spaced out. Look how far apart those clips are, which gives me stability in this plane that way. And that is why I am a big fan of JM. For more, check out my OnlyFans, link in the description. All right, so got the whole new rig all set up and working on my dry practice, draw, presentation, and I have a carbine class tomorrow. So I'll be doing my chest rig style, no gun belt, and I'll be doing this on the belt line as I'm doing some shooting and moving to kind of get just a sense of what it's like. So far, so good. Wore it around the house a little bit yesterday just to kind of check it all out, make sure I'm doing it a little bit more closer to like a proper 1 o'clock than my normal, more kind of 12 o'clock. So relearning basically a whole new draw, or kind of relearning. This is more the way I carried back like 2015, 2016. So anyway, that's pretty much all I got for today. Until next time, be easy, y'all.